welcome back to my channel. It's G from Happiness and Crafting. So it's Shabby Saturday. So today I thought we would make some lovely little embellishments to go onto our journals, onto the covers mainly, because they're a little bit sort of like bigger. But they are beautiful. Now, if you saw the video that I put out last week, I think it must have been on Thursday, I made these little fabricy flowers and they're just so pretty. I'll link the video down below. So I'm going to be using those in today's video, and I'm making some little they're really like sort of little flower clusters really, but they are just beautiful. They just popped onto a bit of felt on the back. It just has a nice little backing, but they are beautiful. So I've got little bits of gems in there. This is a little button, and then these are the little flowers, and there's some sort of like cheesecloth and netting and stuff on the back, but they are just lovely. This is another one, so again they can go whichever way you want to on these, but they are just beautiful. So simple to make as well. This one here, this one's got a little bit of a dingly dangly on this one, but they are gorgeous. So those are the ones that haven't got anything on the back, but these ones I did a little while back, which are just beautiful, and I've made these into brooches. I'm not going to be doing the brooches today, but I'm just going to be making the smaller ones. I don't have as much time today, and these take a little while. These have got a little bit more in, you know, take a little bit more time to do, and they are just beautiful. So we've got that one, we have this one, which again I have got the backing on, and that beautiful velvet, which is just comes out every time, and we've got a little one there, which is a beautiful one because this is sort of like a bit more of a pastel colours. That's what I was thinking of. So I'm going to pop these ones just over there. I'll pop these to the side. I've got my little pin cushion because I'm going to do a little bit of sewing and not too much. These are all done with sort of like glue gun, but these little ruffly bits I did sew. So I'll show you how to do that. So I've got my little mat. This is just like a little felt, not felt, it's like a little hard foam mat. And I've just cut out some little random circles out of felt. This is quite a thick felt, but it's a really nice sort of sturdy one. So I've got a bunch of fabrics and pretties there, so I haven't taken out too much because I don't like to take out too much. I just like sort of like little bits, so it's not so overwhelming to make stuff. Now the first thing I want to show you is I've got this ribbon, which is really nice little shiny satiny ribbon, and it's got a really nice edge on either side. Now you can get ribbons everywhere, do you know what I mean? So I'm going to cut it in half like that, so that we can get two ruffles from it, because it's a little bit too thick. And I'm going to take my lighter, I'm going to just round the edge, not round the edge, but just stop it fraying, and I want it to sort of curl up a little bit, like that. So just be careful. So we want it to just sort of like curl up a little bit, so when we sew it up and make a little ruffle, it sort of looks pretty. So you can do this with synthetic ribbons and fabrics like that. They melt and they look really good because it sort of like wrinkles up a little bit. I do have another piece here, which was, it's sort of like a, supposed to be silk, but it's sort of like a silk blend, I think. But I'm going to cut this one in half because I don't need all of that. I did mount the edges on this, but I'm just going to go around that edge and around this edge. So get your little bits and pieces ready, like that. And I've got another piece here. I might actually quickly do this because I'm not quite sure how many ruffles I'm going to make, but it's nice to get all your bits ready so we can just stick everything down. I'm using glue gun, like I said, but again, you can sew things on. The other ones, the bigger broachy ones, I did sew because I like that, but I thought I would just do, my lighter's going to run out, I think. I thought I'd just do basically basic ones, because I thought that might be easier if you don't have too much time, but you want to sort of give it a go. I'm just using the glue gun, and then it's a lighter. You might have ribbon that you don't need to sort of do the edges on. So I've already made one here, look. I thought I had another one there. So I've just got bits of fabric, little bits of lace. I've got some cheesecloth in there. I've got netting, which is, I quite like the netting for the back. I probably should get a little bit more. Do you know what I mean? So it gives it a little bit of body to your little cluster. But again, these ones you can actually put a pin on if you wanted to. Right, let's get going. So I'm going to, no, I'm not. I'm going to do this little bit of ruffles first, just to show you. Got a little bit of cotton. I'm going to take the edge, which has got the, which was the outside, and I'm just going to just do a little straight stitch down through there. Very much into my fabricy bits at the moment. But I'm doing a collaboration. My collaboration day again is tomorrow for Rach and Bella. It's 100 junk journal ideas. And tomorrow is my day. So before I say that, I'm just doing a little ruffle. Now you could make that into a little flower, but I'm not going to. I'm just going to keep it as just an open sort of ruffle. So I'm just going to pop a little knot in the end like that. I've got a nice white or creamy cotton, but you can probably have one that sort of blends in with what you're doing. But I've got this one, which is what was on the needle, but you're not going to see the cotton anyway. So I'm going to cut that off. And then we've got like, oh, that wasn't very good, was it? Gosh, didn't do me not very well, did I? Let's do that again quickly. So it's just like a little side ruffle to put on the edge. Let's do that again. So just a little straight stitch. Oopsie daisy. Like that. There we go. Perfect. Let's make sure I do this a little bit better. Let's do a bit of a better knot on there. There we go. Oops. Got a little loop. Not doing very well, was it? Right. So that just pulls out. So we've got like a little half ruffle. So it sort of like goes on the edge like that, which I think looks really sort of pretty, doesn't it? So that's that one. I've got another one there. Let me just quickly do another one, because then if I do more than one little cluster, I will have them ready. So let's go around this way. It's a nice relaxing one today. Just a little bit. Again, you don't have to sew. You don't have to do these ruffles. You can just do the sticking, which I will be doing in a second, but I just want to get preparation and show you the things that I'm going to be using. Again, these are the colours that are me. So if you are a very sort of different colour, you like different colours of blues or greens, or you like more of the natural colours, then just use those. But all my colours are sort of pinkies and shabby, and that's the what we're going for today, isn't it? Or Shabby Saturday. God, I'm not doing very good with me knots today, but they will be covered up. So little half ruffly bits. Don't worry about these little bits if you're You're probably better at sewing than me. This one, which I'm going to sew this one, I'm going to sew both of these as well, actually. Let me just put a knot on there. I'm going to do the same sort of thing, but this I want it to be just a little bit more. Can you see, as you put them under, the heat under, just be very careful. They sort of runkle up, so it makes a really, really nice ruffle sort of thing. That's what I mean. I'm not sure whether you guys have done those flowers. The flowers with you cut the circles out and then you melt the ends, the outside of them. They are really pretty. So I might have to do something like that as well. I just love flowers, and I just think they're just such a shabby thing, aren't they? And they can be done in all sorts of ways. Right, I'm going to do the same with this. Pull that quite tight, but not together. So that's got a nice little sort of look to it. I'm going to pull that and go through this ruffly bit one more time, all the way through. And pull it tight. Oopsie daisy. I think it's this cotton. I normally use my silkier sort of cotton. There we go. Josh, I mean, that's like this sort of one here, and it sort of like runkles up like a sort of like a leaf or a petal. Not a leaf, a petal. Let's pop another little knot in there. Let's just do this one, and then we will get on with making them. I just want everything ready and prepared. And I'm trying to, it's sort of lunchtime here, and we've got the workmen next door still. So I think they've gone to lunch. I have to try and sort of like fit my videos in at lunchtime so they don't make so much noise. Oh, now I've got that stuck. Oh gosh. Why is that stuck? What have I done? Why is that pulling through? Oh, there we go. Oh, I don't know what happened there. Hold that together. So we're going to pull that together and just go through that little bit that we've just popped together. There we go. Yes, I'm trying to get it done before they come back from work. They go for about an hour. So let's hope it's going to be quiet. Oh my gosh, that cotton is dreadful, isn't it? Okay, we're going to glue that down anyway, so that's okay. So take your time. I should stop rushing really, shouldn't I? Right, let's take this nice one. Not quite round, but that's fine. I'm going to take some netting. So this is some netting, and I think this makes a good sort of like background bit. Am I in the right place? It's about there. I don't want to get too close because sometimes it goes a bit blurry, or it's trying to focus all the time. So I'm just going to wrinkle that up, pop a little bit of hot glue on there, and just go around the edges, just like that. Really, really quite simple. Right, I'm going to bring my glue gun over. Let's get this all up. Oh, why has it got stuck? Here we are. Right, a little bit of glue there. I've got my little tool, just so I don't burn my fingers and get covered in glue like I always do. There we go. Just want it sort of poking out from the edges a little bit. Some of this you'll see, some of it you won't. But you need a sort of a base to your work. Oh my gosh. I'm going to take another, I did have another little bit of cheesecloth. This is what I wanted, a little bit of cheesecloth here. Just pop some cheesecloth on there. This is one that I have coffee stained at some point. A little bit of that, which we will stick down. Some of that glue might still be a bit wet. There we go. So just do your sort of layering up, so these bits sort of pop out around the sides. You can always tuck these bits in or just snip them off at the end if you don't want them. So there we go. So I forgot to show you as well, I've got some little bits of bling in here which I'm going to use as well. So these are just bits from in my stash. These are like little buttons. That's like a little button. These are like little buttons as well. You can use old bits of jewellery. So just get your little bits out that you've got. I do have some of these bling as well, which I love, and that can be put on with your gem glue. Okay, look, fab. That's a good start, I think. Let's work out what we're going to do. Let's use our little flowers. So these are the ones that we made, and I just think they are beautiful. You could fill the whole thing up with these flowers actually, which would look lovely, wouldn't it? So we're going to take some of the blingy ones. Let's take one of these little ruffles. I'm going to pull that down so it sort of like comes down a little bit. Shall we have something that dingles down? Dingly down. I had a little bit of this. I'm sure I had some more. Sure I had some more. Let's have a little peek. Some little bits. Did I ruffle them up? I'm sure I did. I don't know. I don't know. There we go. Let's have a little bit of this. Actually, I might just cut this down. Now this stuff here I've had for years. This was off a top that I bought when I was in the UK from a charity shop, and it had all sorts of fabrics on it, and I think everyone thought I was nuts to buy it, but I said I'm not going to wear it. It's just something that would make fabulous fabricy bits. Do you know what I mean? So, oh, that's the piece I was looking for. I was going to sew that one as well, ruffle that. Do you know what I mean? Dangles down like that, which is lovely. And I've had it for years and years. Now this is an old bit of something or other. Lacy, this is quite old. So it does come apart like that. It's got sort of like bits which it's been sewn. I hate cutting up old lace. I really do. Somebody spent so much time making all these things. We come along and snip it all up, don't we? To make something else. So let's just cut that off. I'm going to just take these little bits. Just want a little bit of dingly dangly on this. We like dingly dangly, don't we? What else have I got in here? I don't normally, when I've made the other ones, I don't really think about it. I just make it, but I think as I'm talking and making, I think it makes me think a little bit more about what I'm doing. But if I just sort of like do it, it's a lot easier. I'm going to pop a little bit of glue on there. Pop that on there like that. I'm going to pop these on. And I'm going to pop that on top, and then get my little tool and just hold that on. So try not to think about what you're putting on too much. Just sort of like go with it, and I think you'll find it a lot easier. Right, I'm going to just sort of like stick this round the side like that. A little bit of glue. Again, you can hand stitch them like I did on the other ones. It depends what you like, how quick you want it done. You know, if you're a sewer, it's great to sew. If you're not, these are so simple to make with a little bit of hot glue without making too much mess. Let's go back in there. All these little bits will be covered up, so don't worry too much about making a mess. But can you see? It's just all coming together. Oh my gosh. Me and my glue gun and my little bits and pieces. There we go. Look at that. Fabulous. Oh, I do have some of my little seam binding flowers as well. So maybe we will take some of these out and wrinkle these up. Oh, that looks quite a nice big thick one. Let's just scrunch that up a little bit. That could sort of go on there, couldn't it? Now, where's this other little ruffle? I'm going to put that at the top, I think, and then we will fill in with flowers. Let's just stick that on there, like that. Oh, did I show you the one on the book? I did I? This one. On there, this is the one that I put on my little one of my journals, which is lovely, isn't it? I don't know whether I showed you that. Which one should we go for? Quite liking that one actually. That's quite nice, isn't it? Let's take a little something to put in here. A little blingy bit. That's quite nice, isn't it? Or a little pearl. Oh, I quite like the pearl. I think we will do that one. Let's put that down. Let's put that one on there. And then we can start adding our lovely little flowers down here to see where we are sort of going to put them. Then I'm going to take a little bit of this. This is another little bit of really soft netting. It's really soft. Every time I sort of buy this, I buy it from different places. You never know how soft it's going to be. Now I forgot I need to sew this one. But I'm going to get another bit of cotton. Just give me 2 seconds. Okay, I've just threaded my needle and I'm just going to take a little bit of, let's just put that to the side. This is just a little bit of netting like that, and what I'm going to do, I'm going to just take the end and just sort of wiggle it around down either side, sort of ziggy-zaggy down through the piece of netting. So nothing really special, just gather it up and sort of go through the netting bit like that. There's no real sort of way of doing this. I just want it to look sort of messy like that. It's almost like a ruffly bit, and then I'm going to sort of almost like trying to make a flower. So I'm going to go bring it round together so sort of the ends go together, and then just do another little knot in there. Let's make sure we tie this off a little bit better than the last ones. Chop that off, and we've made like a little round bit. Let's turn it around that way. Can you see? It's sort of like a little flower, which I would like to pop down in there. So we've got lots of sort of like lovely little sort of textures in here. So I'm going to stick that on there. Right, I've got a pearl. I might put something smaller in there because I think the pearl might look quite nice in there. Right, I'm going to stick this on. And then I'm going to work my way around. I'm jumping from one side to the other because I'm not quite sure how I actually want it to go. It will just form itself as we go, like that. So that's a nice little bit. Then I'm going to take these off for a second. I'm going to glue this one on. Oops. Can you see? It's looking lovely, isn't it? It's looking really, really pretty. Now we've got a few more little ones. I would like to add these in. Yeah, I'm going to just a little bit of glue on here. That one there. Now you can fit in as many flowers and as many bits and pieces as you like. I think I'm just going to go for the darker flowers on this one. So it depends how much you want to put on it, really. But I think these, when it's normally less is more, I think this is really nice where you can just add lots and lots of pretty bits. Look at that, that's so pretty, isn't it? Should we have one more just to sort of fit in over here? Like that. Just so pretty, and I like the little dingly danglies. I like, obviously, if you're one that likes things to sort of be a bit more symmetrical, then you can do that. But I think just offset to the side like that looks fabulous. Right, shall we have the little pearly one there? Now we've got little blingy bits. I'm not 100% sure. I might go for this sort of shiny in there. What do you think? What shall we do? And then just go for a little bit of bling on this one. I think that's what I might do. What does that look like? That looks quite nice. I hope you can see okay. Right, I think that looks pretty good. I'm going to pop a little bit of glue in there. This has got like AB crystals in it, which is pretty. Let's just pop a little bit of glue in there. Pop these are like little sew-on crystals, which are great just inside, like that. Look at that. That's the back, so that's not too bad, is it? You can cover that up, but these are for sticking on my journal, so I'm not going to see the back. But look at that. I think that looks so pretty. Really pretty simple as well, I think, which I love. Shall we make another one? So look, this one, we'll do one which just hasn't got the dingly dangly bits on. Let's pop that in my little pot there. Let's just take these out. Let's pop all these. Let's try and get a little bit more organised. Love it. Love them. I do. Right, let's find another piece. There we go. Let's get me glue out the fingers. Let's take some, I'm going to go in with a little bit of this pink netting on this one. Turn that a little bit off because that's a little bit hard. This stretches. If it stretches, it's great because you can sort of like manipulate it a little bit better. We've got a little bit of shiny on this one too. Let's just pop some glue on like that. Just pop this on. Whoops. Don't really want to touch it. Let's just bring that in like that. Quite like it when it's a bit thicker in the middle because it gives you like a little bit of body to it. Got another little bit of lace, not lace, this is netting, which I'm going to stick on. So we've got a few more bits sticking out because this one I want to do a little bit sort of rounder and not have dangly bits off. So let's just pull these bits out. There we go. Pop that to the side. Right, we've got these. I like these. I do like these. And then I've got this little, that's a bigger one, isn't it? Probably put the pearl in this one. Let's have a look. Oh, I've got a little bit of my little rose trim here and some little beads. What do you think? We could sort of like, we could make this one a little bit more pearly, couldn't we? Because we've got the pearl on there. What do you think? Shall we? Let's see. Let's just add the bits first. I'm going to add the lace. I'm going to do another little, not lace, I keep calling this lace. I'm going to do another one of these little rolly up things because I think that's quite nice, isn't it? They look very, very pretty and shabby, don't they? Okay. A bit more sewing going on here. It's just, again, all I'm going to do with this is just a strip of the netting. I'm going to gather it up sort of at the end and then just go backwards and forwards through it. And it sort of does its own little ruffle. It's not really technical, is it? It's just gathering it up, zigzagging it across like that. So again, if you've got a different colour netting, try and use the sort of like corresponding colour thread so you don't see it through the net. Like that. Oopsie daisy. Pull that up so we've got a little ruffle. Let's go round so it makes it look like a little flower. Just gather that back bit back through there. There we go. Super little one. Oopsie daisy. Pull that together. So this is a nice little project, isn't it? I like to do this sort of thing actually in the evenings when it's nice and quiet. There, so it's almost like a little ruffly flower. So we've got a couple of little ruffly bits there. Shall we have a little bit of this purple? Oops. So it's a good one as well for using up some of your scraps. Your little scrap fabricy bits, isn't it? Let's just scrunch this on. I'm putting this colour on because we've got quite a dark little ruffle there. So I'm going to just take this, put that there. Let's have a look. Just sort of like layer them up on here. Take that, take my scissors. Stick that down. There we go. Should we just pop it like that or pop that on there? I think maybe I'll pop it on there like that. I think I'm getting used to my glue gun sticks because I was having a bit of a moan the other day because they were so stringy. I'm sort of getting used to them now. I think the other ones are, it was a bit too late for me to send them back. And also it was too late for me to send my Fiskars cutter blades back as well that broke. Because I brought them a while ago to put in my stash basically, so I had some spare ones, but they were awful. So I'm going to have to, I'm not quite sure, obviously I'll have to buy some more. Where should we put this one? This side, or should we have the rufflies this side? I think I might put it over here. My mat keeps moving. Let's put that there. Push that down. So yeah, if you make all your little bits, all your little ruffly bits first, then you have them there ready to stick on. Look at that, that's fab, isn't it? Then we've got these little ones. Oh, shall we pop that in there? That looks nice, doesn't it? A little pearly one on top. Maybe that's a real pingy pearl. Let's wrinkle up our little flower. Okay, I'm just going to stick that in there. Pop that down. There. We will have our little seam binding flower on there. Lovely. And then I'm going to pop in some of these. Which ones? We got pearly ones, so if I'm going to make this pearly, we need to use the pearly ones, don't we? That's a pearly one. That's a pearly one. There we go. Do I need any of this? Do you think I could just sort of, quite nice, sort of draped down, wouldn't it? Going to cut little sections, and then sort of a smaller bit. There we go. Which is the biggest bit I cut? This one. So if it sort of goes like that, oops, I can take this. I'm going to stick this on like that. Is enough glue on there, do you think? Stick that down. I wasn't going to have anything dangling off this, but I am. Let's put this a little bit on there. Turn this round. Just so they're sort of different lengths on there. Then I've got the little diddy one that we can put on as well. Like that. There we go. That's pretty, isn't it? I like that. I like that. That will probably lay a little bit flatter. Right, let's add some of these little flowers. Pretty little flowers. Look, say I'm getting used to the threads, but they're all stuck. They just stick to my fingernails. What should we do? Like that. I need a darker one with a pearly in, don't I? There we go, that's one. That will do. I'm going to pop the middle one. Not that this is really, oh my gosh, sort of a bit lopsided. That's okay. Go there. This one can just pop in there like that. When I say that you make these into brooches, I got the brooches, it doesn't mean you have to wear it. You could pop it onto a bag and things like that. It's just so that you can clip it onto things. I do love brooches, and I just sort of like pop them onto my lampshades and things like that because I think they look really pretty. Let's get through some of these. Oh, I love it. Right, do you think that's going to be too much on there? Not really, do you? What have we got? Should we just have a little bit of A little bit of bling, a little bit. I've got another little shiny one there. I think there might be a bit OTT. What do you think? Bit too big. I think we are just one on each one. Got some of these. Let's just see. Let me just pick it up. Maybe we won't. Maybe we'll just go for a little bit of bling like that. I think this will go just stick up. Should have put that on there really, shouldn't I? Never mind, I was going to put these in there for now. I think that's too big. I think it needs to be a little bit less. Less is more, maybe I should have gone for less. But I do get carried away. But you can add lots, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Put that on there. Put that inside. I think I need this one on here, you know, somewhere, so we can have little blingy clusters. I'm going to stick that in there, you know. I am in between those little bits in there. Oh, I love this. Like that. Oh, fabulous. Look at that. Oh, I do love these. They are so pretty. Now, I'm going to add, I know, got these little pinky ones. They've got like a little pink. Oh, no, not that one. That one's got a little bit of a pinky tone to it. So I'm going to add a little bit more in there. See, I get carried away now. I want to add lots. I think this needs to sort of cluster up a little bit so it doesn't sort of like look on its own, if you know what I mean. I think it just needs a little bit of a cluster in there. So I've got like a little, oh, that's nice. That's a nice shaped one. I'm not worried about putting it on top of the flower. Let's just pop you in there. I'll do a close-up of these at the end. Look at that. Oh, I love it. Oh, let's get these little strands out of the way. So again, you can pop that straight onto your journal. Oh, I think that's fabulous. Oh, I do like bling. So guys, I don't know how long we have been. Shall I make one more quick one? Look at that. I think they are fabulous. These are all going to either go into the shop, onto journals. I will pop them somewhere. Let's make another one quickly, shall we? Let's get, what should we put? I think I've used all my, oh no, here we go. I've got a little bit more here. Let's put some of this lovely, lovely soft netting on. Don't want that end bit. But again, you can make these in like ovally shapes like I made before. Just this, I don't think this one stretches too much. No. You can make them in heart shapes, you make them whatever shape you like. Right, where's my little pen? Let's pop this on, let's rumple that up. Pop that in like that. Stick that down. Lovely. Lovely, lovely. There we go. Right, have I run out of my little, oh no, we got a little ruffle there. I've got some of this. This is really pretty. Shall we have a scruffy one? What do you think? Let's take these little bits out. Don't need that bit on there. Let's have a nice sort of vintagey looking one. That on. We have that which will go on. Oh, I love these. Going to just, do we need something under that before I commit to sticking that down? Got a little bit of, okay, that's like a sort of triangle-y, pointy one. I'm going to sew that. So one end is thicker than the other. So let's just gather that up. If in doubt, just do a little straight stitch down your fabric and get a little ruffle and stick it on. Super simple. I need to really bring my camera a little bit closer to me because I sort of stretch it out and I find it a little bit difficult. I need to have a little move around because my camera is a little bit lopsided. Oh my gosh, I hope I wasn't too lopsided. My camera slipped. Gosh. It's a little bit too far away. Okay, I think that will do. I think that will do. I do sew better when I'm not on the camera, when I'm not filming. Okay, so then we have another funny little ruffly thing there, which we could stick out. I'm going to stick this on. Looks like little tentacles, doesn't it? It's coming down. Let's just pop that on. Pop this little piece on there. Like that. I feel like I've lost a day this week. I feel like it's gone a lot quicker than normal for some reason. I don't know why. There we go. Stick that on. Lovely. Look at that. Do you think these look a bit like tentacles hanging down? Shall we cover it up just a little bit? Let's have some of this. That's quite nice, isn't it? Let's have a little bit of that on there, I think. Oops. There we go. Okay. I think that's too much. I've got this lovely cream. That might work. Then we can ruffle that up. I do like my ruffles. A little bit of ruffly in there. Maybe I'll just stick this one down. Should we just do a stuck down ruffle and then we can fill it with beautiful flowers. Let's take that. There we go. Not enough glue. Let's go right in there. Stick these down. Tonight I think I will take and make some little ruffly bits and stuff like that and actually sew them to the felt. So I've got some which are going to be sewn and some which are going to be stuck. So this is a funky one, isn't it? What do we have? We have a little bit of lace. This could be filled with all sorts, couldn't it? I think sometimes all these lovely textures look so nice. I'm going to cover most of this bit up. Okay, fabulous. What we got? I don't think, do we need a little bit of this? I think I need a little bit of this. I know it looks really messy at the moment, but once we've got our flowers and stuff on, I think it will look really pretty. Just need a little bit of that on there, I think. Super! Shall we have a little... Oh look, I got a bit of... I sewed that one on, I think. There we go. You can stick on there. I think there's enough glue on that one. From... There we go. What should we go with? Just think these little flowers are just so pretty. I'm going to have to make some more because I've nearly used them. Look at that. Take this one. Look at that, that's stunning. I love it. Let's put this one on. Up you there. So I hope you guys made some of these little flowers this week, or going to make some over the weekend. What should we have? Oops, stuck to my finger. I will probably be doing a paper crafty one next week. Do a little shabby something. Shabby paper craft project, I think, because I need to start making a few more journals again. Look at that, that's lovely, isn't it? What should we put at the bottom? What have we got in here? What's that? That's like a little... Oh, that's nice, isn't it? That's nice. That's what we shall do. We shall pop you on there. It's like a little metal button, that is. Oops. On there. Oh, I do love these. I might sew a few little gems on to the top of that one. But look at that. Won't that look lovely on the front of a journal? Oh, just love them. Love them. So there we go, guys. That was a nice quick one at the end. That is enough for now, but I hope you're going to give it a go, because look at these, they are just beautiful. I'm loving them. Look at that. Love it. So did I show you? Showed you this, didn't I? But I've been making some little pouches as well. These are all hand sewn on here, which are beautiful. And then I've just got a little zip, and I've actually put a lining in it. Look at that. So that's lovely. So all of these bits will be eventually going into the shop when they are done. But I was just looking for something maybe extra to go on top. But look at that. That would look lovely, wouldn't it? Just think it's fabulous. I do like this bit along there. But yeah, I just wanted something just in that corner. I think that might work really, really well. Beautiful. So there we go, guys. That is our lovely Shabby Saturday video. Got some beautiful little flower embellishments to add to all of our journals and bits and pieces. So that's just stuck on the corner, which I think looks lovely. Oh, that's got a little bit of chain on, actually. I've just popped a little bit of chain dangling down on that one, which is lovely. So please do give it a go. And if you do, pop them into the Facebook group, because I would love to see them. So have a fantastic weekend. I hope you get a little bit of crafting in, and take care, stay safe, and I will see you soon. All right, guys, bye-bye.